The old days of
Subscribe.
Tailwind, the answer was kind of. You had to go mess with a big config file, and it could make your final CSS file pretty chunky. But the JIT compiler flipped this completely. Instead of generating a huge file with everything you might need, it scans your code, sees exactly which classes you used, and generates only the CSS you actually need, on the fly. This means your build process is lightning fast, and it unlocks some incredible new features.
So let's go back to that specific complaint from earlier. The developer felt trapped, like they couldn't use their own custom values. And to be fair, with older versions of Tailwind, that was a real frustration.
But check this out. The JIT engine solution is just brilliant. Arbitrary values. By using these square brackets, you can generate a utility class for any value you want, right when you need it. You need a weirdly specific position of -113 pixels? No problem. Just type top-113 pixels. Need the exact hex code for your company's brand color? Boom, BG-#1DA1F1. And just like that, the feeling of being trapped in a system completely vanishes.
And it gets even wilder. Because the JIT engine generates everything on demand, you can stack these modifiers like crazy. Look at this class. This applies a style only on medium screens, and in dark mode, and when the element is disabled, and when it's focused, and when you're hovering over it. I mean, just imagine trying to write that selector in a normal CSS file. It would be a nightmare to maintain. Here, it's just one readable string.
Okay, so we've geeked out on the tech, but what does all this actually mean for developers in the real world? What's the impact on a team trying to ship a product?
Well, we don't have to guess. This survey actually analyzed the real-world impact of utility-first frameworks like Tailwind, so we can move beyond just opinions and look at some actual data on the developer experience. First up, speed. A solid 62% of developers reported that they could build things faster. It makes sense, right? You're not jumping between files, you're not making up class names, you're just building.
And this one might be even more important, especially for big apps. Maintenance. A whopping 71% found it easier to maintain large-scale projects. Why? Because the styles are attached directly to the element. You can change something here and know with 100% certainty you didn't break something over there. That fear of making changes we talked about, it starts to disappear.
And this final number really says it all, a 90% overall satisfaction rate. Once developers get over that initial "this looks messy" reaction and embrace the workflow, they tend to really like it. They find that it solves way more problems than it creates. So after all that, we land on the final, most important question. Is this the right tool for you and your next project? It really all boils down to this core trade-off. On the one hand, you get incredible speed. You can build completely custom designs faster than ever without writing a separate line